Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Dead End here in Cities Skylines. Well, last episode guys, we got set up our brand new zoo, adding a little bit of a dash of leisure and tourism into the town of Flood. And it's really brought that area to life a little bit more. I want to continue the expansions, and today I want to work a little bit with the industry. And by working with the industry, what I want to do is build a cargo airport, because currently they can export the goods by leaving the region. They can take it to Port Exporto and ship the goods out of here. But seeing as we've utilized a lot of the train lines, we can get those train lines all hooked up to a cargo hub, cargo airport, and get those goods flown out of here right now. So if you guys do enjoy this and want to see more of Dead End, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you do right here, to make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when next episode does come out. But last episode guys, actually some pretty sweet name suggestions for what we could call our brand new zoo. Now a lot of you guys kind of came to the same conclusion. This is the town of Flood. We're in a desert and there's animals. And everyone was saying, Seniac, call it Noah's Ark, which makes complete sense. Because, you know, Noah saved all the animals in the Bible with, I mean, I'm not religious, but I don't really know the story very well, but he got like 2 of every animal and put them on an ark and then it flooded. Noah's like that? Noah's Ark Zoo. There we go. Your boy Noah saving them animals since BC. Is that right? I don't know. But anyway, guys, we're going to get hooked up right now, then, the cargo airport. And I've gave it a lot of thought of where I could potentially place said cargo airport. What we need is, one, the train line to be kind of close by. So it kind of ruins all this out right now. A little bit of flat land and easy accessible and not in the way of anything. So it kind of, down here, there's like too many mountains around, as you can see, plus the train lines over here. So it's no good being up in the hills because that wouldn't really make much sense. The mining area over here is kind of out of the way. Let's go to cinematic camera mode. That don't make much sense. I could maybe place it around here, but again, doesn't make much sense. There isn't really any train lines. It's got to be on the cargo side of things. So that leaves, because the cargo line, you can see it's just here. Which, to this point there, it's all open and free. I could place it, you know, around here, but again, it's surrounded by mountains. Don't make much sense. So my only really option is around here somewhere. Now, it could be here, but again, probably too close to the highway. Here is probably the better option. See, it's kind of flat-ish. We can kind of sort that out, but we can bring a road up to it, which wouldn't be too difficult. But the main thing is the train line. We're going to make sure the trains can get to and from, because they're the ones that are going to bring the majority of the cargo to be shipped out via a plane. So if I check the terrain heights over here right now, you can see that's how it all kind of levels up. It's quite flat up on this side. I did think about putting it kind of like over here on the cliff edge, but again, it's that kind of thing. Like, I feel like it's just kind of completely out the way. I feel like we're not really doing anything with this area over here. So this might be the perfect option for us. Now, if I get this down, planes and the cargo hub airport, I need to get a road in first so we can kind of level it all off. So if I use a one-way road system, and should I get the one with trees just to make it a little bit nicer? You know, we're investing all this money in an airport. We've got to plant a few trees now, right, boys? Oh, hang on. My next problem would be, what or where would the road connection take place? Now, what I could do is actually implement it all within the sandstone industry. That's what I could do. And I'm thinking we're going to get a connection. That's another thing as well. Where do I get the connection from for the train line? Down here is fine. Over here, there's probably more. It's more straight and more of a gradient to go up to the airport. Also, where am I running the planes from? I mean, there's a huge mountain here that have to drop down. I could go this kind of direction. The runway running parallel that way. So if I drop this down, right, and if I dropped it down with that road somewhat running parallel, I mean, it's a big ask. I mean, I can completely anarchy it through. Right, if I drop that there to then delete this. Right. It's quite a cool thing to kind of, you know, if you think about it. But run that again. Parallel as you like. And then we'll come off it. It's quite a cool thing that it kind of runs parallel over that road. No particular reason why it needs to. And then if I drop the airport here. And then if we delete back the road to there. I mean, I'll sort it all out anyway. But I'll leave it just there for now. It means that the runway is perfectly aligned in... I mean, these guys are not going to like cargo planes flying over their heads. But we got to do what we got to do. Got to make sure those planes don't crash into mountains. And then we have the train line running from both sides of the airport to hook it all up. So we got a couple of options anyway. We got a couple of options. So let me first then get set up the rest of this road. Now, I'll bring it right down to the edge here. There we go. Flip this one right round. Oh, no, there we go. And what do you think the best option would be? How do they go into a thingy? It's quite hard to kind of figure this out. I forgot which way they kind of drive around in here. So these guys... Is someone going to drive in? We're going to have to flip it around this way, aren't we? Yeah, that's what I think. So if I just come down here by 10 to push that back. There we go. And then we'll just create a very simplistic 5 by 5, 5 by 5. It's quite long-winded, this, but it's quite a long airport. So we want to maximize as much of the space as possible. Because I feel like at some point we might be dropping down like warehouses around here and whatnot. Now I'm going to get this hooked up to a road, which we'll do momentarily. I just want to sort out right now all the elevation changes of this. So if I select the whole airport and the roads, align to the object height of, let's say this node here. Or no, let's go for this node. It's in the middle. Bam, there we go. And then with that, we'll work with the terrain at this point. So flatten you out here. Kind of somewhat flatten a lot of the stuff around it as well. But most importantly, the terrain around the road. Now, it doesn't have to be completely set up perfect. But I've got to be well aware of how we're going to be doing the road anyway. So smoothing a lot of the edges around here just so it looks a little bit more natural. What's going on here? We don't know. There we go. La-di-da-di-da. And I'm thinking for the road, it hasn't got to be a magnificent road. This is your standard road right now. I think we'll do an industrial road, right? Yeah. And is there a point in the middle? So it's a 48, which will mean it'll be a 24. Which is smack bang there, and I come out there. Now, I want to try and create a connection here. Now, do I make the road sink under or the train lines? I think I'll make the road sink under. Now, reason for this would be simply the fact that, right, it was an 8. It would be easy to create a train connection. That makes sense? In a Y form. When it's straight above rather than dipping down. And then the train line, we want this to hover above. Now, is that enough? I don't think that is enough right now. So wasn't there 2 nodes? I'm sure I made 2 nodes. Let me try that again. I'm sure of it. Alright. No, I don't want to... There we go. 10. By 10. Yeah. Ten by 10. Is that a good enough of a dip? Yeah, that will work. That would work, boys. And Now, this will be the fun part. Do I try and create a connection with this and this? Now, granted, it will try and go the most difficult way possible. Why is that doing that? Should we try and create a loop? Now, I can increase or decrease. We're not really going to get much from it. So I think the best option would be to simply create a road to there. And I connect both of these up to it. Unless I did that, and then we create said connection. So it could be interesting. It could be shocking, mate. You never know. You never know. So, oh, no. Push that up as much as we can. Bam. To there. As much as we can. Wha-bam. It's all part of the funsies. It's all part of the funsies. Wha-bam. There we go. So what I'll then do then is choose to arrange line mode, slope mode, yeah. So up to there, no, up to there. So that sorts out the sloped alignment, so it perfectly aligns going all the way up. And then we just want to smoothen out some of the edges right now as we're pushing all the way up. There we go. There we go. Okay. It's a nice little unique, different type of road, right? I'll take it. I'll take it. So, looking good. Looking real good right now. So we have two options in how we can now also approach and connect up the train line. So I've got the option to bring it down here, do a little bit of a Y connection. I can also bring it down to here and do a Y connection too. I might even do both just to kind of, but then will they use that as a shortcut going through? I think they probably would. So if I just kept it to this one, but it is quite a large drop down, isn't it? If I brought it over to here, then we've got a load of useless trains tearing through, which will overcrowd this station, which already looks kind of slightly overcrowded. But then again, once you get this set up, a lot of vehicles might go this way over to here. Ooh, there's too many options, guys. There's too many options to go through right now. Right. Bring this down. So if I pick a spot, and we want it to be a... Right, can that be a 21 at some point? 21. 21. Right, we'll have to do all the magic in just a minute. So 10 by 10 on that. Alright, should be a bit of a bump there and anything. So I feel like we need to push... Oh, no, wrong button. Push this over a bit. Alright, the bend happens there. And that should then all work as a standardized connection. And it's actually not too shabby leading up. It's not too shabby. It's going to need some power and whatnot. I wouldn't say it's my finest work, but it should give us and get to the point we need to get to. All right, a little bit of a car parking spot just there. Get the water set up. So where's it easier to run to? Right, follow the road. So the reason I made the road connection so long is so it's almost like a borderline a deterrent for them to drive this way. You will get the odd vehicle that does drive, obviously. But it's treated as like a deterrent, so I'm hoping they utilize more trains on that route. We'll kind of see. How busy this little section here becomes, I don't know. I'm hoping we'll be fine. Hoping we'll be fine. But it'll be quite fun now to see vehicles starting to use it. So we'll have a little fast forward then, because it's a lot to get in. It's a lot of stuff to get all up and running. and we'll give them time to figure out this new possibility. And what we'll do, we'll spend a little bit more of that residential demand as well. Now, over in Las Vegas right now, I want to get a little bit more of this area all set up. I want to extend the residential side of it. And I'm thinking over here, because we have this kind of like a regional small train station. So why don't I do like all low residential over here that sprawls and eventually connects all to this side as well. I think that will be a good little idea. And ooh, do I make this go under, sink it down to connect up to here, for example? Right, hold on, guys. Hold on right now, because your boy is about to hopefully create something very juicy. So if I bring this down by now let me do that. Let me force a connection, and then we'll sink it down ourselves. So from here to here, and then we'll plus it as much as we can to create some type of a little bit of a wiggle bend, and bam, we add that in. So if I then choose the move it tool and we select, I'm gonna say that's the middle point. So if I bring that right down, right, and then if I then try and align all of this, so from there, for example, to there, and enter, from there, you can cancel, there to there, enter, and then we're just going to make this hover above. Whether or not this is going to work, I don't know. The church bells are ringing, boys. So it does drop down. It does do what we got to do, but the gap is not wide enough or deep enough. I mean, it's fine. Oh, no, it's not fine on this side. Wow. Okay, so it's got to be a lot lower than I originally thought, because there's quite a big chunky piece of concrete there. Now, that's not a problem, because it's fine on this side leading up. It's just on the other side, it's a bit tasty. So to here, bam. Graveyard drops down with it, but it's all part of the funsies. Right. Spread this out a bit. So we have like a nice little connection tearing through, which allows us to then go on to create somewhat of a smallish town around here anyway. So keeping all these little beautiful little side streets, I want to utilize more of those. And bring in, let's see. So I could come off all of this, to be honest with you, and just grading it all up. So bring it up to there. If I pick another little point, let's say there, and then bring it up to there. Actually, I kill that off just here. And I'm trying to think what the best way for me to do this would be. So it's all looking funky. I want it to all look kind of funky and stuff like that. That's going to be part of the fun of this crooked little area. It's not as uniform. Maybe this could be the original part of Lost Wages. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't want to bring it too far up, because then we kind of lose out. So if I do that to there, and then if I run this by a 10, and if I go across by a 5, no. I'll go across by another 10, and then we'll try and get this. Right, let me see what the connection would be here. Yeah, it's a bit too much. I feel like what we need is a 10 going down. I'm going to round this off. All right, bam, 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 bam. And then really pump this up. Bam. Nice. Nice. And is there anywhere, if I go back by a bit more, see an 8 by 9, And I'm hoping I can get you into you. So as much as I can there. Well, bam! I'm getting too excited, aren't I? Way too excited for this. So there to there. I mean, I can make this nicer myself, but we'll go with that. Because cul-de-sacs could be... That looks like a really weird shape. Not going to mention...
Sure I understand.
Oh, no. Siri doesn't understand. But we don't talk about it, guys, okay? We don't talk about it right now. Let's smooth off this area. Zodiac! What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, right. Hold on. Right, the whole thing's paused. So let me just delete these power lines. And let's put some cul-de-sacs. We'll go for some small ones. Don't pull it right at the end. Oh my goodness me. What are you... What are you building? Psst, what are you building? What are you building, Zodiac? Right. Bam. Bam. Right, trying to get you to turn. Turn, goddammit! Bam. Bam. Right. We'll go with that for this area. Not too shabby. And then for this side, I think we'll do it more uniform. Okay, we'll try and do it more uniform. But again, I'm going to be a bit careful because you don't want it too close to the airport. But yeah, that'll work. That would work. I mean, granted I could create that sunken down to connect, but I think I'll use that as a crossing and have to go across it too. So get you up and running. Bam. Alright, to there. To there. So if I move this over. There we go. Everything's quite walkable at this point. Right, let's delete you. Delete you. And we'll also create another little walking section. Just there. And there. And that's it. That's it. So water-wise, let me just kind of sort the rest of this little section now out. And this will really then extend some of the residential in Los Wages, but more of like the original residence, if that makes sense. Or it could be like the lower end, like, you know, you've lost all your money, you got to go live in the in this part of town. Right, let me get all this painted real quick. So I will have to kill off some of it because it's a little bit too close to the highway. And same to the railway as well, but I'll leave that to the very end in just a minute. If I get all that in, we'll drop down some commercial by the train station. And that's probably as far as I want to take the commercial on this side. Because I've got to be a bit too careful not doing too much commercial, because it's just going to add more and more jobs when I'm trying to fill the current jobs available with residents. I'll bring that to there, bring that down, down. Okay, so let me just quickly sort out then. You're a bit too close here, there. You're a bit too close. Take off one there. Take off one there, one there. To the train line, take off one there. Take off you. Kill off you. Kill off you. Yeah, I think I can live pretty much with the rest of it. Hopefully. Hopefully, anyway. So, in terms of power-wise, anyway, we are going to do the power lines this way for a minute. We'll do them to here. I'll put it into play for a second. And let me just quickly see where... Oh, they don't need power, do they? Let me just see... Okay, maybe they do need power. What's going on here then? Oh, there we go. Let me just see where the first bits of stuff start to grow. Which it looks like it's going to be in the center. Do you know what I might as well do? Just run this at the back. Run it at the back for now. Got no issues. Have I at that point? Got no issues. So let this little side of Lost Wages now slowly build up. I might add some cul-de-sacs around this side as well eventually. But yeah, it's quite a cool little area, isn't it, really? Right, this airport right now. Now, is that a cargo plane? Yes, it was. Interesting. Are we seeing vehicles driving up? There's a vehicle just there. Are you going to the cargo airport? Not quite. Are you going to the cargo airport? Not quite. There's a couple of trains now all leading up. So maybe some of these could be heading to it. We just never know. Let's find out. Are you? No. Is it still a bit early? Because I did have the whole of that town pretty much paused as I was building it. So maybe we're still a little bit early. Maybe that plane that we seen flying away was a plane that was bringing goods into it. Yeah, it could have been a little bit earlier. A little bit earlier? A little bit early. Right, can I get some trees in here, please? Right, not quite there, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way, boys. Got a couple of palmies down. Nice. There we go. It's cool, isn't it? How we, create these little smallish little towns. Let it suck up that residential demand that we do have. Ah, there's a train going in. We got a train going in. That is now leaving this airport with 10% filled up. Another plane coming in. 80% filled up as well. Interesting. More trains coming up. Hopefully it doesn't create too much demand. And like everybody wants to get over here right now. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. Because that could get a little bit too juicy for us. It really could. But I've eventually got to start looking at doing warehouses and whatnot. That's something else that I've got to kind of slowly look towards doing. How is the job market right now? Still 3% unemployed. We're trying to get more and more jobs available. Because I remember the sandstone industry complaining about there wasn't enough workers. I don't know whether they're getting the workers or whatnot. But yeah. Not bad. How's the zoo doing these days? Noah's Ark Zoo. Almost making a profit. I suppose you can't complain too much. What level are we, by the way, as well? A 3-star. Nice. Okay. Okay. Right, before we start recording this as well, I was looking through a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we need to get in. One of the things I completely forgot to get in was the original casino in the game. I can't believe I didn't get this in, but I don't quite know where to place it. How much is it? It's 450,000. 4,000 a week to uphold? Damn. Do you know what? We also need to utilize a little bit more of this road over at the back end. I still feel like we gotta add more to Lost Wages right now. So if I bring this out by 20. If I bring that to there and then use that little connection tool. And then how far can I push this? There we go. Nice little connection there. And what we'll do is, like every so often, is that 20 down? No. Bam. There we go. Do it like that, so we got like a big section there, big section down here, and I'm hoping I can squeeze in the casino at the very end just here. So it's either one or the other. I'll go for this one. Little casino there. We've got the water running down here, right? Yep. Pretty much. And this adds more to this area a little bit. But there's a lot of unique buildings I've still got to get down. This super casino, whew, that's expensive, isn't it? But you know the generic stuff? Oh, the driving range. See, that would be a good thing in Lost Wages right now. The driving range, boys. Let's get that down on this side. See, it's either one or the other on the spacing, isn't it? Right, we'll go here. I'll go there. And then slightly move over. Where's all the greenery and the grass? The driving range in the desert. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, sort this out real quick. I'll leave the road as it is. I'll leave it for now. We will bulk up a few trees around here. Around the driving range. And we'll do definitely some around here right now. Filling again all the little nooks and crannies in. But I'm thinking as well, a theme park around here. We've got all this space here to utilize with the car parks. I need some more stuff in. Not, again, 100% sure what I'm going to drop in just yet. I've got like, you know, like the generic stuff like the expo center, the aquarium, the science center. Just all this other touristy stuff that could go really, really well. Within Lost Wages, I want to fill this section up a whole lot more. I really do. So, because this little town's going to be placed here as well, the subway and the train line will get utilized a little bit more, which is quite exciting. But things are going pretty well for us right now. I'm hoping that this little kind of cargo airport right now. Cargo airport hub. I always forget the name of it. Hopefully this is going to aid us into making a little bit more money, making lots of things more accessible, really growing the industries a bit more, giving them a little bit more demand, all that kind of good stuff. And that's what we're hoping for right now. We really are. And again, because the train or the hub here for all these passengers is kind of close by, having a lot more tourism within this section. Now, when it comes to the zoning, have I zoned? Okay, I haven't zoned all the areas, but what I could do here, let's go a little bit smaller. Let me pause. Now, what are the, isn't there a specialization for like leisure I could do on this little section? Let me just see what the specialization is. So we have this little section here. Commercial specializations. We have obviously tourism, leisure. So tourism is hotel accommodations, restaurants, other activities. So if I specialize that here, and then call this little section here downtown Lost. Did I call it Lost Wages like that? Yeah, I did. So if I call this quickly downtown Lost Wages, and then we do like a bunch of high density commercial. Now this is right near obviously the driving range, the normal casino, but most importantly this big transport hub for what is at the minute normal trains, monorails, and the subway, the metro. So that'd be quite cool to kind of build that little section up here, wouldn't it? It really would. So add a little bit more demand, more jobs, of course, when I'm trying to grow the population. But it will all work out in the long run. It will, you know, it's going to add to the city skyline as well. Oh, that's the game name. Oh my goodness me. Amazing. But guys, we will end it for here today. Big plans still yet to come. But we got to get all these little bits and bobs added in before we can paint the bigger picture. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.